Hey y'all, Kim here. We are doing our very first Q&A, and you can ask us all those nagging little questions you've had since the beginning. Over on Beholder's Eye Pod on Twitter, we have a pinned tweet with a lovely little form to fill out. Come ask us your questions, and we'll answer them on episode number 50. Thanks!
Welcome to Beholder's Eye, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons epic fantasy adventure. My name is Alex, and I'll be your host and Dungeon Master. On the Great Isle, it is a time of religious wars, imperial domination, and an ancient evil reborn. Only one crew can save the world from utter destruction. They are
Maugraine Silverbeard, Paladin of St. Eligius.
Zalara Tremez, Wandering Elven Monk.
Magnar Skullgrim, Goliath Sorcerer.
Hibonite, the fire-kindled, wandering Flameossifer.
All right, who wants to tell us what happened last time?
I can. So last time we kind of resolved the whole Kringle Falls thing. We got everybody out, but not without alerting the surrounding army. And so we got everybody out, and the surrounding army kind of was alerted and was trying to follow us and that sort of thing. We successfully lost their trail, and Maugraine decided that he wanted to, kind of talk to the higher ups of his order, and they informed him that, the best thing for him to do would have been not to have shown up, and if they ever have seen him, then they would have had to report it, but it was lucky that he never showed up. So that was pretty cool. So they all stealthily kind of made their way away and never showed up to Kringle Falls. And let's see, on our way, the scouts for the army had found us in the form of Wyvern and Shirley, the two kind of sorcerer riding wyverns. I don't know how else to put it. That went surprisingly well. We survived completely, so that was cool. And we kind of ended up the night with kind of resting up and talking a bit and deciding where we were going to proceed with our kind of journey. I think we decided on we're going to be traveling to Kalendor as our next stop.
Correct. All right, so as far as that night, are you guys doing a watch? And if so, what order are you doing that watch in?
I'll take first.
I can take second.
I'll take the rest of the night.
Okay, and I'll sleep.
Okay. So, Maugraine.
Yes.
You are sleeping, and you hear a sound of a hammer on an anvil. It's the same sound that you heard in the castle on Falstaff Peak. It's just closer this time. It wakes you up. You find yourself around the campfire, and you're drawn back into the cave. You see some light coming out of it. There's a door there that hadn't been there before. You open it, and you're flooded with light. Maugraine, and you hear a woman's voice. Follow my voice. I can show you why you do not have the full connection with St. Eligius that you seek. You find yourself in a blacksmith's workshop. You see a dwarf slamming his hammer, forging some molten metal. As you look at this dwarf, you recognize him. This is St. Eligius, but he looks different than the last time you met him. He looks younger, and you don't feel the kind of divine love coming from him that you felt so much when you forged your armor. And you hear him yell, "Lenore!" And at that point, a beautiful blonde dwarf woman appears, and you are awestruck by just how beautiful she is. You see the two of them embrace, and you actually feel a little twinge of jealousy. And then, in montage fashion, you see them selling their wares in Durnholm. You see them very happy together, and you see someone shows them a map to Kalendor. You notice, obviously, through the images of Durnholm, that this is from a long time ago also. But they look at this map from Kalendor, and they're very excited. And then you see another flash cut where they're on the road, camping at night. Eligius is hunting, and then 5 black arrows pierce him. He falls to the ground, but not dead. A band of orcs run through the forest past him toward his camp, and he crawls through the bramble and the brush as quickly as he can in just complete pain. And now you're seeing through his eyes. Their wares are gone, their donkey is slain, and in their torn tent, you see the body of Lenore. A bloody and angry Eligius carries his wife's body back to Durnholm. In his workshop again, you see that he is healed, wearing some bandages, and he takes a yellow strand of her hair, and he seems to be able to coat it in gold. Then he begins forging. He makes a war hammer, and the golden hair is wrapped around the head of the hammer in an intricate design. And he says, "Lenore, Now you see Eligius covered in armor. He's running through an orc camp. He's smashing orcs indiscriminately. Then you see another orc camp, another pile of bones and bodies. You see camp after camp, body after body. He's covered in blood, and his face is stone cold. Then you see him charging after an orc woman who cowers with her 2 children in her arms. All 3 are crying and screaming, and Eligius lifts his warhammer. A bright light engulfs him. He stops, begins to cry. He looks down at the warhammer and smiles, and he says, "Lenore." The warhammer's in the dirt. Then it's just you and the hammer in darkness. It morphs into the beautiful form of Lenore as a dwarf. You're now in a lush bedroom. She's wearing a thin robe. Her naked form is visible under the thin cloth, and she kisses you lightly on the lips. "Do you understand, Margraine? To forge something anew, you must first strike it with the hammer. And this is why you fail, because you haven't earned the right to reforge with words and love. Do you see?
I do.
Do you want to be the dwarf you've always wanted to be? Do you want to be the dwarf who can reforge a man's heart? Is that something you desire?
I do.
Then take up the hammer, take me, follow my lead, and I can lead you closer to Theos. I can make you a dwarf among dwarves." And she takes you by the hands and leads you to the bed. "Will you take me? Will you take your future?"
I will.
And you embrace and head to bed together. And you wake up the next day, covered in sweat, but feeling whole for the first time in a long time. You do feel closeness of St. Eligius. And Zalara, you're the first one to see him. And one thing that strikes you as he sits up, something you've never noticed on him before, is he's got some morning shadow on his face. All right, so we'll continue in a second. But one thing that happened is we had everybody leveled up after last session to level 6. So that's what part of this was here. So Margraine, Sam, you want to talk about what happened with Margraine and as far as the leveling up?
Yeah. So Margraine, for level 6 actually took a level of Warlock. Yeah, he's a Hexblade Warlock. I don't know what that entails for him, honestly. I want it to be a surprise, but yeah.
It worked. Good job. I'm surprised.
Yeah. So am I. That was intense. So he got Hexblade's Curse, which allows you to place a curse on a creature, and you crit on a 19 instead of a 20 and do extra damage to them. And if you kill them, you become healed. He gets some more spells, and he gets some mostly more spells. That's it at the moment. But yeah, he gets a whole new world of possibilities. So we'll see where this takes us.
All right, so Kim, you want to tell us about Zalara?
Yeah. I didn't actually take notes this time, but I don't think she got... Oh, no, she did get something. She now gets something called Wholeness of Body, and because she's Way of the Open Hand, she gets to heal herself. So as an action, I get to regain hit points equals to 3 times my monk level, once per long rest. So that's super handy, because I only have 39 hit points. But then I think...
Even after this level, you only have 39 hit points?
Yeah. She's squishy. She's super squishy.
They're all like all ones?
No, that's me taking the average every time. Because she starts with...
What's the average for you?
5, right?
Well, it's 6 with my constitution. So it's 6 every time.
36.
Unless I calculated wrong. If I calculated wrong, please tell me, because I need more.
No, I mean, I'm sorry, it was a D what? What is it? A D8?
It's a D8.
Yeah, it's a D8.
So your first one would have been 8, should have been 9, and then the other 5 so 39. Holy shit. Okay.
I know. I've done the math like 20 times. Every time I level up, I do it at least 4 times to make sure I'm right. Anyway.
You don't need con. It's all right.
Right? Clearly I took the wrong thing last time I had an ASI. But anyway, I think that's everything I got for this. Oh no. I also, all of my strikes are now magical. So every time I
nice
unarmed attack, they're magical.
Nice. All right, so Ryan, you want to tell us what's going on with Hibonite at level 6?
Level 6, Hibonite gains his Elemental Affinity, which means for 1 damage roll on any fire spell, I can add my Charisma modifier, which is 4, to the damage output, and I can spend a sorcery point to gain resistance to fire for 1 hour. And he also gained an extra spell, which I thought would be a good idea to get Counter Spell, because maybe stop some of the attacks coming at us. And I also swapped out a spell to gain Featherfall, just in case we have a repeat of an incident a little while back. It won't be as bad this time. And to be honest, for level 6, that's about all that happened for him. He's at 42 hit points now. I've been quite lucky with some of his rolls.
Okay, great. All right, Magnar. Ben, you want to tell us what you got at level 6?
All right, so again, barbarians don't get a lot, but I got Fanatical Focus, being Path of the Zealot. So when I'm raging, once per rage, I can re-roll a savings throw, any saving throw. So that's
good.
Actually really good.
That's huge. Once per rage?
Once per rage. So and also being level 6, I have 4 rages now per day.
Nice.
And then I think just hit points, which I rolled a 9, so I got another 11 hit points. So I'm up to 79.
Nice. All right, so we will cut back to, it's the next day. Zalara, Margraine wakes up. Did you want to have an interaction with him?
Margaret, is your face dirty? Is there something on your cheeks?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Were you sleeping in the mud? What happened?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Do you?
Yeah. Just I had a pretty crazy dream last night, but other than that, yeah. He's gonna get some water and splash it on his face and wash his face off. Still there?
Okay. Yeah, as you do it for the first time ever, you feel stubble on your face. Feel the water cling to it. It's very foreign, very alien, but you're very excited as well. Well, I don't know if you are. I shouldn't say that.
Oh,
it's very foreign. It's very alien.
Margraine's real excited. Yeah. Yeah, maybe some of us dwarves are just late bloomers. That's all.
Okay. That's a new one. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone else gets up, makes your way up. It is clear that I imagine that Margraine is just kind of rubbing his face a lot. So
definitely.
Everyone will notice that he's a little fuzzy now. And you guys are, I believe, on your way to Kalendor. So how do you want to handle this? Do you guys want to talk about anything, or are you just going to make your way? You guys let me know.
Well, I think before we set out, Margraine's gonna look at like his hammer, and he's gonna use his Hex Warrior ability to touch his weapon and turn it into his magical weapon.
Okay, so you
yeah.
see that it becomes, I guess everyone around will see it become like, it'll be charged with magical energy, however you'd like to describe it, but it does have the gold band around the head now, so it does match the hammer that Eligius carried. So what does it look like? If you want to describe it, it's your magic item. What does it look like?
Oh goodness. Margraine, I'd say it's still the same hammer. Like, he's always carried a pretty simple hammer, more utility than flair, but very well made. He put a lot of effort and kind of work into it, and because of that, now it's got it. You said it's got the gold banding on it, like Eligius's hammer, and on it would have engraved basically all of his oaths that he engraved into his armor when he built that. So yeah, kind of
cool.
Kind of to match the kind of the theme going with the armor, with the kind of darker metal and the gold banding. Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice.
I've never seen it do that before.
Yeah, it's never done that before.
Maybe I was gonna get a book out and start writing down about it.
Yeah, I think things are gonna be okay.
Very
Okay.
good.
Yep. So where are we going?
All
That
right,
way.
so
Okay.
as you guys head south, question is, do you want to head south by way of road? Are you going to travel through the wilderness? How are you doing it?
The roads are probably pretty dangerous right now, I'm guessing.
That's what I would think. Especially one wyvern is still alive, maybe still looking for us. So
Not to mention, the giant black dragon.
yeah, I think keeping to cover and going through the wilderness might be better, even if it's a harder slog.
Generally, there's someone trying to kill us at most places we go to, so the off-road is probably better.
Yeah, true. We haven't used roads before.
I'm
Okay.
good with woodsing it.
Okay. You guys make your way through the woods down south, and whoever wants to give me a survival roll, Zalara.
23.
Very nice. So you're making your way through the woods. You keep everybody fairly hidden. Vodhava and the baby gets fussy, but it's not too bad. Once again, everything is eerily quiet. Obviously, there are no travelers on the road, which is just, it's a little creepy, so you don't even hear that off in the distance. As you make your way on the third day, you start to smell something it's like, it's stale water, and it becomes very kind of brackish water. It starts to smell quite bad. But as you come up to it, you notice that the land in front of you is kind of turned into a giant bog. Off in the distance near the road, you do also hear the occasional sound of a church bell.
Would Zalara know if this was a bog before?
I'd say Zalara or Margraine might, if you guys both want to give me a history check.
Sure. 18 on my history.
19. Look
Okay,
at
yeah,
us.
both of you know there was a bog here. It's a great bog in this area. It's not like it was transformed into a bog. That was
Okay.
poor wording on my fault. Or yeah, that's my fault. It's poor wording.
So, and do we have any clue of maybe what town is in the area, if there is a town?
Yeah, both of you with those rolls would know Ash Hollow is a small town, not too far from there. There's a temple in the center of town, so it makes sense that there would be a cathedral bell ringing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you do know it is on the road, so
Okay.
you can make your way through the bog, obviously, or you can go back to the road, whichever way you'd like.
Do we want to stop in at Ash Hollow on our way? Do we need to stock up, get supplies or anything?
I don't know. How long have we been on the road?
3 days.
Okay.
Can't hurt to get supplies wherever we can. Never know how long we're going to be on the road for with our luck.
Okay. Well, then to Ash Hollow it is. Magnar, you're okay with this?
Sounds good.
Okay.
How about Vodhava?
Yeah.
Well, I'm obviously worried about the wyverns and creatures. If we could stay on the road, but walking through a bog with a baby isn't ideal either, with all the sickness and the mosquitoes.
Yeah. Or if we do wish to even travel through the bog, maybe stocking up at Ash Hollow might be more ideal.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
All right.
Beard check. How much stubble is there now?
Oh, well, yeah, he's growing into a nice, you can see the outline of where his beard will be. It's all scraggly at this point, but there's definitely a beard growing it.
Interesting. Zalara is very confused.
So is Margraine, if it helps.
Anyway, we proceed.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, so you guys make your way toward Ash Hollow. It takes a few hours. The whole time you hear just the occasional ring of the church bell. As you get closer to town, what's everybody's passive perception?
17.
13.
An amazing 11.
15.
And what was yours, Ben?
13.
Okay. So, Hibonite and Zalara, as you guys are making your way toward the town, one thing you do notice, other than the church bell, and like I said, it's infrequent ringing. It's not like it's being rung with any consistency here. You don't hear the normal sounds you'd hear from a town. It's not a huge town, but from, there'd be a couple hundred people here-ish, and you would expect, especially in the middle of the day, some kind of activity going on. And at this point, you hear nothing but the occasional ringing of the bell. Yeah, that's it.
Do you guys hear any people?
Does seem awfully quiet.
No, I don't hear anybody.
Why would that bell be ringing like that?
It doesn't sound frantic. It's just occasional, right, Alex?
Yeah, it's just occasional.
It's not like a warning bell or anything like that.
While we were in the woods, did we notice like wildlife at all? I mean, like
No,
normal bird sounds and
no,
anything
it's
like
been
that?
eerily quiet.
I don't
Something seems
like
off.
this.
Well, if the town's in trouble, we should probably check it out.
Perhaps we should try to be, well, I don't know how we're going to stay quiet when it's so quiet elsewhere, but
Perhaps scout.
It doesn't seem like anyone's around where it's really quiet. So maybe we want to try a different tactic, make a little bit of noise and see if we can get a reaction from anything around us.
I seem to be good at making noise.
With that, Hibonite, so you just launch a fireball into the air. A firebolt, not fireball. Fireball, not fireball. I made a
heck of a
mistake
spell
before I
slot to
got
burn,
fireball. It would make a big distraction, though.
fair.
Okay.
Okay, so Hibonite launches a fireball into the air.
Just a
Firebolt.
firebolt, not a fireball.
Bolt.
Oh, fire
Small,
bolt. Oh,
Small,
okay.
not a big one.
I thought you said
I
fireball. I
misspoke.
was like,
I
damn,
did,
son.
but I
All right.
misspoke.
Okay. So you shoot a firebolt into the air. It's less impressive.
I'll ready my weapons just in case.
Any reaction around us at all? The bells slow down or speed up or...
Nope. Once again, it's kind of infrequent. One thing you do notice about the bell, now that you're paying attention to it, is it doesn't have the nice, smooth ring it'll have if somebody's pulling on it. It's a little bit more like the clanger inside's a little more, or I guess it's a clapper technically inside, is a little bit more like it's just slamming against the sides.
Huh.
If there were
Has
people
anyone
around
been
us,
to this?
Go ahead, Ryan.
If there were people around us, I would have expected some form of reaction to magic. You know, it's not that common a thing.
Yeah.
And
It almost.
you guys are still on the outskirts of the town, is that correct? Or
Yeah. We
Yeah.
haven't gone in yet.
okay. Sure.
It almost sounds to me like maybe it's just the wind blowing the bell.
Hmm.
Do you think the town's deserted?
Maybe we
gonna-
got here too late.
Can I peek in a window of the closest whatever's near me?
Okay.
How far would we axe?
Well, how far do you want to be? I mean,
Still under the cover of woods if we can.
okay. So, yeah, you guys are under the cover of woods. This town it's a smaller town, so it doesn't really have any fortifications around it.
Okay.
So you're able to just sneak up from the woods to the town.
And does the town look in okay condition, or does it look like it's been wrecked?
Well, from what you can see, which is the back of the buildings, it looks like maybe there was some kind of violence here. Zalara, you run up to the window and you look inside and you see a dining room, and there are 3 figures standing there looking away from you, and they're just standing there.
Are they moving?
Nope.
They're just standing stock still, no even like shifting or anything like that.
Yep, you don't see even the slight rise and fall of shoulders as they're breathing.
What color are they? Can I tell? Is there light inside?
No, there's no light inside, so you're just seeing their outline of their form.
Okay.
About how far away would they be from the rest of the group? Are they within 60 feet?
Yeah. I mean, I'm imagining you guys are, like I said, the forest goes all the way up to the back of these buildings.
Okay.
So you guys-
Margarine will burn a divine sense. If they're celestial fiend or undead, I know that they're one of those.
Okay, yeah. So you do know that they are undead.
There's undead in the town.
Ah, that explains why they're not breathing.
I mean, we can probably stretch our supplies. we don't need to go into every fight. Or if we do, we get Looter's discount. So
The 5-finger discount?
What if there's
I'm
anything
familiar with that.
surviving, though?
And what if this is more widespread than just this town?
Oh,
I
you
think
don't
we
suppose
need
the
to figure
bog's
this
poison,
out.
do you?
Or
What?
this could be the start of something, and we can actually stop an evil instead of releasing something. Get some karma back.
I'm not sure what karma is, but what makes undead? Margarine, do you know? Or Hibonite?
Necromancy.
Just necromancy? Would something in the water cause it?
I mean,
I'm worried about the bog.
I haven't heard of many illnesses that are waterborne that bring people back to life as flesh-eating corpses.
And if I'm being honest, I wouldn't put anything past Marat Hall. He can turn men into other men. You know? like you know, like they can change people.
I get it. It just-
You know, and whatever happened at Kringle Falls, I doubt is good.
That's true.
We lost the anvil, and I don't know what that has. Yeah.
I'll turn to Vadhava.
Like, did they do any sort of these types of experiments in the castle?
No,
That you saw?
nothing I saw had anything to do with the undead.
Well, they're just staring at the front of the building right now, so I don't think they've noticed us.
Can I see like the alleyway, like the road in front of that building?
You can kind of through the other buildings next to it, but you don't have a clear shot of it.
I mean,
Well,
do they seem to react to anything at all, or should we see if they react to stuff? Because if they react to sound,
I can
and
run
everything,
in there
then
and
we
see
can
if they react to me, and he'll pull his kind of hammer out.
Before we get too close to things, we could try planning. I've heard it's useful.
That's not how Margarine does things. You know this, Hibonite.
True, but I'm gonna shoot a firebolt further into town to try and cause some sound.
Okay.
Not necessarily burn anything down, just to see if anything reacts to it.
What about the planning?
Well, this is part of it. It's reconnaissance. I'm seeing if things react before we send in the small tank.
Yeah, part of the planning is talking to each other, Hibonite. You're not very good at this either.
None of us are good at this.
Okay. So,
Any reaction,
there's 3
Alex?
people standing there.
Okay, so you're shooting it into the town or into the building?
Into the town a bit. Just let's see if anything reacts and goes towards it.
Okay.
And we're like, Vodhava, do you want to stay back?
I'd say that's ideal. Somebody has to take care of the baby. Maybe you and Vodhava stay back, Magnar. We can't risk you guys.
Yes, I have no issue with that at all.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And like Magnar kind of looks a little anxious, and he's kind of looking back to Vodhava, the baby, and then the group as well, and kind of playing with the handle of his warhammer. Is just, yeah, he looks antsy. So,
Are you wanting to go with them?
I
I will be fine.
don't
here.
know.
I will be fine here if you need to go.
Perhaps call me if you need me.
Yes, I will do that.
Very well.
and I'll bend down and kiss Ilva on the head, and yeah, just kind
Okay.
of look at Vodhava. I don't know how to react around her right now. So,
Okay, so as you do that, you hear a woman yell from the center of town, like as in reaction to the firebolt that Hibonite shot out. It's like, help! Please, someone help!
Margarine's gonna
Help
take
me.
off.
Help my baby!
Margarine's gonna run off. He's gonna sprint off.
I'm just going to walk beside him.
Yeah.
As
That is... I'm hurt right
as
now.
I turn to follow them, I'm going to say to the people staying behind, secret danger word is thunderclap. A loud clap of thunder. I run off.
Yeah. No,
All right,
Margarine's
so-
gonna run off.
I'll go around a different side. If there's like more than one building, I'll go around a different building, so I'm not coming out the same way Margarine is.
Whew. Oh, we haven't even been recording that long, man. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
All
And
right,
it's his
so
own
you come
name.
out and around. You guys do see, first of all, that obviously there was some kind of battle here in the town. You see there is an altar in front of the temple that's been erected that looks a lot like the altar you guys saw where the scribe was converting people into Murat Hall's soldiers before using the black dagger. Zalara, you wouldn't have known.
Okay, making sure.
Sitting around a pond, I guess not, what am I trying to say? Sitting around a fountain in the center of town, you see a woman sitting there holding a small bundle in her arms. She's obviously the one who screamed, she's like, help me, please. Do you have any water? I don't have any. My baby's starving, and I haven't been able to drink, so I haven't been able to feed him. My milk's dried up. Please, can someone help me?
Margarine's gonna run over to her. Yeah.
I'm going to
It's
keep
okay,
some
I'm here to
distance.
help.
I'm pulling my shield and a javelin and looking around.
Margarine already has his hammer and shield out, of course.
All right, and she holds the baby out towards you. Do you have any food for my baby? And you can see that it is indeed a child, but one that's been deceased, turned blue and black. And the woman looks up at you. She looks elven. Her eyes are black, sunken in. Her cheeks are sunken in. She looks at you. Can you help my baby? Can't you hear him screaming? Please help my baby.
It's okay. We'll help you. It's okay. Yeah. Come on. Come with me. We'll get you and your
We need
baby
to feed
some
my
help.
baby. Where are you? Do you have food? Do you have food over there?
We have food. A little bit. We were hoping to stock up here. We don't really have much.
Where is it? Where's the food?
Can I insight her? Is she
Yeah.
dangerous? My 7. She's not dangerous, right? She's fine.
Yeah, she seems like a poor lady.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see what we can get for you. I don't know how much we have, but whatever we have to share.
Okay.
Is there anybody else here?
Nope.
No bodies or anything?
No, you don't see any bodies either. She says, I need food. I need food now. I'm so hungry. I need food now. Bring it to me.
Okay.
And
I do.
you see,
Okay.
as she says that, her eyes completely sink back into her skull, and you see a corpse's face. Her jaw hangs down. Everybody needs to give me a wisdom save.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay. That's another 7.
That's a 12.
That's a 5.
That's a 20.
Okay, so Give me 1 second so I can know the rules here. Make sure I'm completely accurate. But everybody except Zalara, except Hibonite, now are suffering from the frightened condition. So you've all got to, I believe, run away as fast as you can.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you have disadvantage on all ability checks and attack rolls, and while the source of fear is within sight.
Okay.
So this will affect you for the next minute.
Okay.
So all of you have to. Let's go ahead and do initiative.
Okay. 18.
Oh, yes.
And do we possibly get to try and save from it again
13.
11.
next round or whatever? Maybe.
Yeah, I believe so. Give me 1 second.
Would it be a bad idea to jump over there and turn her invisible so you guys can't see her? So the frightened source isn't there, or visible at least.
Okay.
Look at bad.
Okay. So, yeah. Let's see. Yes, you do get a chance to save again.
We wasted all our good rolls. Dang it.
Yeah.
Yes. You can do the saving throw at the end of each of your turn.
Okay.
So,
That's not good.
Got it.
but first you got to run. So she goes first, and
Of course.
you see I rolled that. And screams, "Bring me food! Bring me food for my baby!" And she screams a high-pitched wail, and everybody is gonna have to give me a Constitution save.
Okay. 18.
7.
20? What?
Very nice.
I rolled a natural 20, 26.
Nice. Okay. So Magnar, you drop to 0 and collapse.
Sounds good.
Everyone else take 14 points of damage.
Wait, what?
She's a banshee. It's a banshee's wail.
Yep.
You die if you fail.
Yep.
Well, that's fun.
Yep.
So yeah, everybody else takes 14 points of damage, and yes,
Now it's
Is it straight death or is it drop to 0?
drop to 0.
You're
Drop
on
to
Okay,
zero.
so
Yeah.
healing.
Yeah,
from
no,
above, okay.
it's not. This is not 5e keeps you alive a lot longer than previous editions. Okay, so so yeah, she does that. Everybody runs, but except for Magnar, and so she is going to run up behind. Or she actually floats through the air like lightning fast behind Margraine, who's running away, and touches him with her cold hand, or attempts to, but 15 misses. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so she swings at you and misses, and that is her turn. It is your turn now, Margraine. So you got to run. Go ahead and give me. You run. Was it 50 feet? That's your dash. So you run a dash away and give me a once again a wisdom saving throw.
14.
Okay, and suddenly you stop. You're no longer terrified.
Okay.
It is your turn, Magnar. Go ahead and give me a death save, buddy.
This is my first one. 7.
That is a failure. That is a failure right out the gate. All right.
I got a
It
good
is
feeling
not-
about this one.
All right, your turn, Hibonite.
We're entirely too happy with this, Alex.
How far away is Magnar from Hibonite?
Well, did you make your? Yeah, you're the only one who made your save. Okay.
Yeah.
You can get to him within a movement because he didn't even get a chance to move. He was terrified, and then it's like his heart stopped. He fell to the ground.
I will move over and give him a healing potion
Okay.
because we need DPS.
All right.
Do you want me to roll for that, Ben?
Oh, sure. I'm not rolling great today, so.
Is it
2d4 plus 2.
2d4? 10.
Nice, Max.
Max,
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Whoa.
Your turn, Zalara. You run 80 feet, right? Or 90?
100, actually. 50.
100 now.
My speed is 50.
All right. So Zalara hauls ass past
Wow.
out in the woods. You come flying past Vadhava and the baby, who look at you like, what? Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw. DC 13 to stop being frightened.
That's a 20.
Okay.
Wow.
You can compose yourself.
Whoa, where
I
am
can turn that
I?
into. I can turn that into 300. Cast haste. Zalara disappears.
Okay, so it is the lady's turn. So she's going to go ahead and she's right on top of Margraine, and she will try and swing at him, and she just is flailing about with nothing going on. So she's missed. It is your turn now. The recovered Margraine
Okay. So for my bonus action, Margraine's gonna place a curse on her. Use his Hexblade's curse. And he's gonna scream, Lenore! You know, I don't. It seems right. We're just gonna go with it.
I like it.
What does the curse?
I like
What
it.
does the curse mean? What does that do?
So, the curse. Here we go. You gain the ability to place a baleful curse on somebody. As a bonus action, choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. The target is cursed for 1 minute. The curse ends early if the target dies. You gain bonus to damage rolls against the target. The bonus equals your proficiency bonus. Any attack rolls you make against the cursed target is a critical hit on a 19 or a 20. If the cursed target dies, you regain hit points equal to your warlock level plus your charisma modifier. So she's cursed now. And then for Margraine's action, his hammer is gonna burst into flames, and he's gonna swing at her.
Okay.
With his warhammer.
Cool.
Does a critical with a 26 hit.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so 15 bludgeoning damage, and then
Turns out Margraine really just needed to be laid this whole time.
and then double that damage. So and then an additional 17 fire damage.
And that 17 comes from what?
From the flame of the fire. Because it's doubled because he critted and it's a rolled thing. So
Right, so that's a total of how much?
15 bludgeoning and 17 fire. So what, 32? Plus
then
an
another 3 plus
additional
that.
3 from the curse.
All right, so 35.
Yep, and since he made an attack action, he gets to swing again with his hammer. Does a 12 hit?
12 does not... Oh, wait a minute. I might be lying there. 12 meets.
Okay, for an additional 13 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so... Give me
done.
1 second here.
I will reforge you!
So the green flame blade, the flame there, that is fire damage, correct?
Yep, that's fire damage.
Okay. There we go. So now it is your turn, Magnar, who you're on the ground. You just got some liquid poured down your throat.
All right. Am I still frightened? Or does that go away when I die?
I'm going to... You know what? I think you'd still be frightened. Yeah. As soon as you see her. Yeah. So go ahead and give me or you're going to have to run.
Yep.
The good news is you only run half as far because you have to stand up first.
It's like him like slamming a bottle into his mouth as soon as his eyes open, he just bolts away.
Go ahead and give me a wisdom save, DC 13.
14.
All right. So you run the 20 feet away and then stop. Or, you can't stop if you choose to. Because
It's 20 feet. Okay.
It's half.
Yeah,
half
use half your movement. Hibonite. So you just see your big, large buddy stand up and run.
Thank you.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna follow the big guy, stand behind him and cast a firebolt at her. Because it's a long range spell and I want distance.
Go for it.
Fair.
So that would be a 25 to hit.
And that's going to hit Margraine, too, because she's right on top of him. Is that correct?
No, this is just a single target spell. This is a small firebolt, not fireball.
Firebolt. I keep thinking you're saying fireball.
9 fire damage.
Okay. All right, so you hit her. Anything else?
No, I'm hiding behind Margraine's body.
Magnar's?
Magnar, that's the one.
I
Yep.
think everybody but Kim has screwed that up tonight.
I haven't.
If you look at them and squint, they're the same person. Just a bit of a height difference.
All right, it's your turn, Zalara.
I guess I am running back.
All right.
Oh, no, I take it
just
back. I'm going to move 50 feet closer, just walking my normal, and then I will crossbow at her. No, I'm
Okay.
not. That's a 6.
All right, you fire it off, and yeah, it misses. So we're going to go back to her. The creature goes ahead, and she yells, "Where's my food?" and screams her head off yet again. Everybody except for Zalara, give me a DC 13 Constitution save.
Is it an ability or a
19.
18.
It's an ability.
spell? Oh, damn. If it's a spell, I can stop it. I'll try to. Constitution, yeah?
Yep.
Natural 20, again.
Oh, nice. You guys all make it and take 7 points of damage. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
I
She's going to
have
go
lost
ahead
touch.
and then take a swing at Margraine. 24, I'm assuming hits.
It
Take
does.
17 points. This damage is necrotic.
Okay.
I don't know if you have anything that resists that.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then
All
it's
right,
my
your turn, Margraine.
Okay. Margraine's going to swing at her again with his flaming hammer.
Cool.
14 hits, right?
14 does hit.
13 bludgeoning damage plus 9 fire damage and 3 from the curse.
That's 24, correct?
13 plus
25.
12, 25.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right. It is your turn, Magnar.
All right. I am really hurting. However, I will rage and reckless attack with a
Magic missile.
20 to hit.
20 hits.
5 piercing
Okay.
plus 9 radiant.
Okay.
And second attack, same thing.
Firebolt.
25, 6 piercing. And then I'm going to run around the building,
Okay.
like, away from the Banshee.
Okay. All right. You run around the building, and you see Vodhava standing there with the baby, and she kind of raises her shoulders and her hands like, what the heck is going on? You don't know.
Nothing
but she
good.
just saw- All right. It is your turn. Whoever's next? Hibonite.
I will stay where I am and just firebolt her again, because that seems safe. 15 to hit and 23 fire damage if it does.
15 hits. 23.
2d10 plus 4 is firebolt after level 5.
Oh.
I should be using it a lot more, to be honest. But I like my big
Yeah,
spells.
you should.
Dang.
I like my fancy big spells that do area effects.
Okay.
That's more than it hurts the enemy.
Okay, cool. All right. So you do that. It hits her. I'd say she's screaming in pain, but you don't know. She's just screaming. And it is your turn, Zalara.
I'm gonna move. Let's see. Do I want to really get up close to her? That hurt before, but I think I'm gonna just go for it. I'm gonna move up and swing at her with my short sword for a 20, doing
Cool.
8 piercing damage. And then I'm gonna do that again because I get 2 attacks. That's a 9 though. That's not gonna hit. And then I'm going to, let's see. I will flurry of blows at this lady, spending one of my key points. And yeah, so I just hit her twice with unarmed attacks. That's a 7. And that's a 14 for 7
Okay.
points of damage.
All right, so you hit her with that.
And those all count as magical. If that makes any difference against Banshee, I don't know. So yeah.
Okay. All right, it is her turn again, and frustrated with not being able to get through that tin can. Oh, go ahead.
Wait. She needs to make a strength save or be knocked back 15 feet. I forgot about that for my flurry of blows. And that's against a 15 or 14.
Okay. Yep. Well, I don't think that falls into any of her immunities. So,
It's 15 save.
yep. And what is it? Strength?
Yes.
Okay. She has a -5, so I'm going to guess that she gets knocked back.
Awesome.
She got a 14. Holy shit. But still gets knocked back, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so she gets knocked off of Margraine for 15 feet. And so, flying past, after having been knocked off Margraine, she comes flying towards Zalara now and will swing at you with her cold, dead, ethereal touch. 19 hits, correct?
Yeah.
Take 17 points of necrotic damage, and then 19 again. Take 14 points on top of that, so that's a total of 31 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Margraine's gonna burn a channel divinity on the first one.
Okay.
She needs to make a he's going to rebuke the violent. She needs to make a wisdom saving throw. If she doesn't beat a
She doesn't.
14, okay. Then she takes
Whatever
all
it
of
is,
that
she
same
didn't beat it.
damage. Yeah.
Okay. So that's 31.
But I still take the damage, right?
You still take it, but
Okay.
she takes it as well.
Yep.
So I'm down.
Okay, and normally you would expect some kind of pain, somebody screaming in pain, but she doesn't this time, Margraine.
Okay.
Unless that doesn't change the damage type, does it? It's the exact same damage.
I will tell you right now. Radiant damage.
Oh, never mind. She does scream in pain.
Yeah.
'Cause
Or
that's a lot.
continue screaming.
Yeah, but this isn't screaming in mad rage. This is screaming in pain.
Yep, it changes to radiant.
Yep, that's okay. I'm glad we clarified that. Okay, so yeah, that was her turn. Your turn now, Margraine.
Okay.
Wait, how did you do that? Oh, that was your turn. Yeah?
No, that was a reaction.
It's a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very cool.
It's my paladin one.
I know that.
Divine.
I'm tired. Yeah,
Yep.
I know. You've done it like 100 times. I know that. Okay, go ahead.
Like 4, but okay. 3.
Close.
Okay. Margraine's going to run at her, and he's going to attack.
All right.
His hammer's going to flame again, and he's going to swing at her. 18 hits, I'm assuming.
Yes, it does.
10 bludgeoning damage, plus 11 fire damage, plus 3 for the curse, and he's going to burn a level 2 spell slot
Okay.
to do Divine Smite on her at level 2, so an extra d8. For an additional 15 radiant damage. Is she
Very
still
nice.
up?
So what, now what kind of, we're getting to the levels now, the type of damage is going to start being important. What kind of damage is the Hexblade's curse?
The Hexblade's curse is just additional damage. It doesn't have a type. So I would say it's the same as the hammer. So
Okay.
I would say it's
So-
bludgeoning.
Right.
Yeah. So it's 13 bludgeoning, 11 fire, and 15 radiant.
Dang.
Do I have to make my other swing?
So that's,
Give him time to math, Margraine.
yeah, I got a math here because it's all broken up now.
Because that radiant damage does twice the amount of damage, I bet.
I bet she's, weak to radiant.
You would be wrong on that, but
Oh.
Dang it.
Most things are not.
She's not immune to radiant, and she's resistant to the other types.
right, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But the other thing, what is it when you have a weakness to it? Like there's like 3 things in
Yeah.
all of the monster manuals that have a weakness to something.
Yeah, she's
And it's just-
probably resistant to the bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to make that other swing.
Okay. He'll swing again.
And yeah, that's
For a
correct.
critical,
Dang,
which-
man.
which also, 15 bludgeoning on that, plus the 3 from the curse
16.
again.
It's 19 total.
Yep, 19. And she's still up.
Yep.
Okay, he's gonna burn another level 2 slot for
Do you,
more.
do you not get the Fireblade on that, Sam?
No, I don't get it on the second one.
Oh.
So that's doubled. So an additional 12 radiant plus another d8 radiant.
Why is it double?
Because it's a critical, and all dice rolled on a critical are doubled, right?
You're right. Okay, sorry.
Plus an additional 2 radiant. So 8,
Okay.
12, 14 radiant.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, except I hate to be a stickler here, but it's not like it's doubled. You got to roll twice, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Do you have to roll twice? I will roll again.
Yeah, that's why. That's why it's 7 plus 8 as opposed to the max roll.
Okay. So we will roll again. So it's just another. It's 2d8. Okay. We'll roll that again.
Yep.
So that's 11. So 6 plus 11. So better. 17.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what. Yeah, we just needed like one more point there. So all right, you hit her, and with the divine energy and everything, she screams and seems to dissipate into thin air.
Okay. And Margraine's going to walk over to Zalara, and he's going to dump 10 points of Lay on Hands into her so that she's up. And then he's just going to stand there.
What was that thing? Oh my gosh.
I don't know, but she was rather scary.
Magnar comes charging around the building ready to throw another javelin. Like, magic man. Oh.
Ibonite are walking as well.
It's okay,
Do
Magna.
we
She's
attract
been
bad
reforged.
news, or do we generate bad news? Because we seem to find a lot of it.
What?
Remember, there are more things here. Perhaps we should leave.
I mean, are you
And
sure
regroup.
we don't want to try to fight everything we see as normal?
I'm fine with fighting, but I'm hurting very, very bad.
No, we should leave.
And Solara did see other creatures there.
Yeah, I don't think I want to wake them up if they're going to be like this witch.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
Is there anything left of the creature, Alex?
Creature's completely gone.
Oh, no Lucifer's.
You hear a voice coming from the temple. It says, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And you see a 10-foot tall creature. He looks like one of Murat Hall's soldiers with the red skin. He's dressed in robes, carrying a giant glaive. He points his fingers at you and says, "Come here." And we'll call the episode there. Thanks for listening to episode 42 of Beholder's Eye, A Wail of a Time. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I really had a lot of fun with this one, and it was fun to drop Magnar. Just had a great time with that. If you enjoy what we do, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, or whatever podcast app you use. It helps us out a lot. If you leave us a 5-star review, we'll read it on the air. We have one this week from IRAF Podcast. Great cast, solid production, excellent puns. What more could you want? 5 stars. Thanks a lot, IRAF Podcast. Be sure to check us out on Twitter at BeholdersIPod and our website, beholdersicast.com. You can follow Ryan, who plays Hibonite, at DuffDuff3rd, Ben, who plays Magnar, at Miro4D2, Kim, who plays Lara, at Metsgirl, and Sam, who plays Margraine, at Samsalot007. Editing performed by Sam Canary. Music and effects editing by Benjamin Floyd. Thanks, and we'll see you next week. All music by INCOMPETECH, Plaint, Angevin, Ossuary 6, Air, Darkest Child, Malicious, Heart of the Beast, Unholy Knight, Wretched Destroyer, Magic Forest, Curse of the Scarab, and Our Journey Begins by Kevin MacLeod, INCOMPETECH.com. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 licenses. CreativeCommons.org/licenses/by/3.0/. All sound effects by Zapsplat.com. Please check the show notes for further details.